Hello and welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly. I do tarot readings on your favorite K-pop and Korean celebrities. Today we're doing a reading on ATEEZ's Yeosang and San's friendship. They're currently involved on the Kingdom show on Mnet right now, so we may get some of that coming through in the reading. That's usually what happens. If there's like a strong current energies, it will kind of bleed through in my readings, so we'll see. But I will do my best to keep this focused on their friendship. So as far as I know, it's just a general reading from the requests to know how their friendship is doing. It's interesting that they are actually the same sun signs as me and my best friend. Gemini, Yeosang is a Gemini and San is a Cancer, I believe, if my research was correct. If I'm not correct, please let me know. Today I'm using my Light Seers Tarot, and I just like to have the astrological zodiac signs involved. They're easy for me to gravitate to like focus the energies. So Gemini's Yeosang tends to be curious, versatile, flexible, social, collaborative, perceptive, studious, fidgety, superficial, good and bad here. And then Cancer, generally speaking, is sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, intuitive, tender, caring, moody, sentimental, introverted, and defensive, and family oriented. So I was really surprised to see that San is a Cancer, actually, because his stage presence is like so fierce for him to be kind of like this moody, sweet, caretaking, energy. So we'll see. Like I said, and Yeosang is kind of the thing too. I know a lot of people think Geminis are only extroverts, but Geminis kind of like ride the line there. I think they're a lot more introverted than people think, just because they're very communicative and curious. But they also still need their time to recharge as well. So it's like, I'm sure there's a lot of times where Gemini's like in the moment, we're like, I want to go out and do something, I want to go hang out with everyone, and then the day comes where you're supposed to do it and you're like, I'm too tired and I don't really want to do that. It's like you're like promising and doing are two different things. So as a Gemini, I can relate. So yeah, so we're gonna do a 3-card past, present, future spread for their friendship, and then I'll do a reading generally on each guy and see where they're at and how they're doing. So, and as always, I like to preface my readings by saying tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please take them with a grain of salt. I'm not affiliated with any idol companies or idols themselves. I just use my cards and my psychic intuition, and I read what is before me. I interpret it the way I see it. So, sometimes it's a hard to swallow or unexpected insight, and obviously, I mean this all with the greatest of respect, and like I said, it's for entertainment purposes, so please keep that in mind. All right, so we'll do past, present, future here. Okay, past, present. I swear these were the ones that fell out before, weren't they? Swear those were the same ones that fell out before. Okay. So, past, the Magician. This is about, like, I think they had every opportunity to see each other. It seems like right away. Maybe their friendship was focused more on work. The Magician's like a very active card about manifestation. It's not as emotional, but emotions are a part of it. Like, it's like equal parts, all these things to make something bigger than itself. And I think it's like they got along, but I just don't think friendship was their big focus back then. Especially, they were probably really hungry to make something happen with their careers. I don't get the vibe that they were friends too much before trainee days, before they both joined the same company. I don't get that, but I do think once they were working together, they probably got along fine. I don't see any you know, anything that would have stood out as them not caring or liking each other. It seems like they got along pretty good, but they had like a very focused intent about them, right? It seems right now High Priestess in reverse. It could be that they're not entirely sure where their friendship is going at the moment, because I'm seeing the nostalgia card in the future too. So it's like, it's almost like they don't have time to be friends. It's like they're working together and they're kind of like going through the motions. There's like a lack of deep understanding here. So, and for me, when these two signs are not having like a deep understanding, it has to do with a lack of communication. So I do think that right now it seems like either they're just too busy to really be close, or for some reason they've come to an impasse where they're just not trying to build their friendship or work on their friendship. There's something where maybe they didn't see eye to eye, and it's putting a bit of a pause on that friendship, because in the future it looks like they will have fond memories of their friendship, which means either they're just not going to be as close as they used to be, or they're not necessarily going to be that close in the future. You know, like they may not be friends at all, but look kindly back on their time together, or just because of the paths they take, they won't have the options to be around. But with this card as the present, it makes me believe like whatever wedge got put there, it's separating them. Again, I don't see any negative feelings. Like I don't see like someone got hurt feelings by the other person or is carrying any kind of grudge or anything like that. It's almost just like suddenly they just don't view each other the same, or they don't see the point in continuing. So that's really interesting. I don't see that a lot. Usually, even in the 3 card spread, it's a little more clear. So maybe I can pull like a clarifier and see on this present card what could cause this like lack of understanding, this lack of commitment to the other person. Ace of Cups. Oh. I think we all have those friends, like the minute you get a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a significant other, that suddenly all their friends are not important. Like they just stop hanging out with them. I feel like that's what's happening here. It's like someone is being distracted by a relationship and not valuing, or not unvaluing, just no longer putting the effort in with the other friendships with the guys. It's like their new relationship is now their like all encompassing for them. Like they're just so distracted and so interested in their personal life, their personal relationships. So that's what I'm getting, is that someone is now valuing their personal relationship over the relationship with some of the guys in the group. So we'll go ahead and do the readings now. We'll go ahead and see. First we'll see how is Yeosang doing with San. How are they feeling about Yeosang right now? This will be interesting if the card's telling them. I'm not telling on anybody, but if the card's telling them, I'm not. What can I do, right? So, all right, Yeosang, how do you feel about San right now? What's going on with you guys currently? I know. Okay, this is both sideways. I'm going to put it this way because that's how I feel it should be. That's how I feel it should be. I'm going to, since this is Yeosang right now, I'll put him on top. Kind of like this. this Magician again. This is like, yeah, accepting a loss. We're moving on from one, maybe with this Tower in reverse and a choice. Oh, maybe it's a choice between. Okay, I'm gonna be as respectful as possible with the way I go about this, because I really don't want to get into too much personal business, but I do think with the way the cards have come out, I can't help but kind of imply who it is that's possibly in a relationship, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. It seems like Yeosang had a choice with San, so it was either kind of accept a loss or almost have this huge falling out. Right, the Tower in reverse, and honestly this card kind of looking this way tells me like they made the choice to just accept the loss instead of turning this Tower upright and causing this fallout, causing this rift. It seems like they're just accepting, things are changing. There's a big change. The Magician card also tells me it's like, well, at least like he's accepting that he has some control over the situation, but again, he's kind of feeling like he's been, left out. Like he's feeling like that absence. He's feeling, like I said, like a lot of times Pentacles can be read as money, but they're also time, for me. So it's like he's making a choice because really it's the only way he kind of feels in control, or the only small control he can have of this situation, since it's not him, it's like he's dealing with it. So it does feel like he's just kind of letting something go. He's letting this issue not blow up into a bigger issue, but he is feeling some isolation, loneliness about it. Let me do some more cards here. I usually don't go into this, but this does feel like a bit emotional. Whoa. Okay. We're not taking all those. Yeah, it's another 5. This time it's like, seems like it does make it hard for him to work together a little bit. Like it's putting his, I want to say like his drive for the situation like all over the place. Sometimes it's like a lot of people, but I feel like it's like almost him like changing his mind every 5 minutes what he wants to do. Again, so the 3, this is about, actually this is about work too, but like again, Pentacles are time, collaboration. So this is about like not wanting to like accepting that time away. A Hermit, again, this is like off on your own. He's feeling, again, kind of off, isolated on his own. Temperance, like an imbalance. It's funny that these two would be like this. They're, but yeah, so it's like you can't work it out. You can't bring the two, you can't find a harmonious way to balance the things. And the 4 of Pentacles is like agree to like not wanting to let go, like you wanting to hoard it. So it's like almost like feeling like he may feel like he's being selfish, like knowing that someone that you care about is trying to go off and live their own life and do what makes them happy, and you're sad because it's kind of leaving you behind in a lot of ways. Yeah, I think ultimately it makes him feel like maybe he's being selfish about wanting too much, maybe because they were so, worked together so much before, always like was around. Like it could be just like he's starting to notice the presence not there, and he doesn't want to make a big deal about it, but he does feel like he's being kind of left out, kind of cast aside, and he has to take that time to like really focus on himself, wondering, like you said, why is he having these feelings? Is he being selfish? Is he just not letting it go? You know, like I said, his mind's kind of like all over the place. But ultimately it seems like he will just understand he has to let go. That's the only control he has in the situation, is what he does. So yeah, it does seem like he's a little torn up about it. You know, he still liked having him around. Like, it's still obvious he's used to them being around, and then if San isn't around as much, that's going to be a big adjustment for Yeosang. You know, so yeah, it does seem like it's an adjustment period. He's going through an adjustment period, let's put it that way. So yeah, let's check up on San and how he's feeling toward Yeosang right now. It does feel like maybe he's got other things going on. Like I said, I usually don't dig for like kind of romantic information of people who are dating or who they will date. Like, I tend to stay away from that. But you know, this is what their friendship is dealing with right now. You know, this is a very valid thing for friends to go through when, you know, your friends start, you know, having their own personal life, are of an age where they are going out and experiencing the world without you. Let's see how San, how do you feel about Yeosang right now? Also, like I said this with one other reading I had where someone came out with possibly, you know, being in a relationship. Please support them. Like, don't try to own idols and their personal lives. Like, they don't owe you that. Like, so just if it does ever come out, which, you know, usually it doesn't, but if it does, like, please just support your idol because you like them, not because you think you have a chance with them. Like, just enjoy them for their talent, for what they do. So anyway, San. Someone sneezed. It just scared the living crap out of me. Okay, San. I needed that laugh. Okay, San. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we get it. Okay. All right, this card has a couple meanings. I mean, a lot of times it's about the choice, right? It's about being, in the old decks, you used to see a man with his wife and his mistress, and you would see him having to choose between his duty and his passion, right? That's what the choice is. And that's what San is ultimately probably going through right now, is he's feeling like he has to choose between his work relationships and his private relationships, the relationships that he's expected to have and the relationships that he really wants, right? So it's like he probably does also, like, actively feel like he's between choices right now. He understands what he's doing. Oh. Okay, so again, this is about the choice. And then the Eight of Cups is walking away, right? But it's like, it's almost like he doesn't have quite the choice. Or in this, to me, it's like, usually it's like you feeling good about walking away. To me, this is like not. This is like the negative of that. This is about feeling bad about it. So he probably is carrying some guilt about the situation, you know, but he has to follow his own heart. When Ace of Cups in reverse, this is about your self-love. This is about following your own heart, not giving it away. I mean, regardless of the other situation, this is, you know, his feeling toward Yeosang is that he feels bad about having to, you know, not probably having the time because of the choices he's making, but he's doing it for himself. He's, you know, he's doing this because this is what he really wants to do. You know, and again, the Five of Pentacles, this is about isolation. You know, it's like leaving that key. Like, you know, the key's right there. She can go in the door if she wants to, but she doesn't want to, you know. It's like saying, hey, this is not where I want to be right now. And in this spread, it's really about like, it's like another decision of, do I go or do I not go? And obviously, like, they're not going in. The Page of Wands too, can be about optimism, sometimes too about recklessness. But ultimately, this is another card that resonates with the Ace in reverse, is about following your passion, following your heart, following, you know, doing you. You're doing you, right? So like, this is really, you know, about him being sincere to himself and his own desires and his own wishes, even though, you know, leaving, not having the time with Yeosang makes him feel bad. You know, it makes him feel bad that he has to choose. But, you know, you only have so much time in the day, right? And he sees these guys all, you know, all the time. So now that he wants to have a personal life, you know, it's an adjustment. It's a big adjustment. I did not realize this reading was going to be so dramatic when I started it. My friendship readings are really not always like this. Like, hardly ever. Okay. And the Page of Swords. Okay, so this is, yeah, again, like, not... like, having some issues with communication, not really knowing what to say. Again, being defensive. A lot of pages, a lot of like new ways of thinking, a lot of inexperience in this realm that he's in now. So again, Page of Pentacles, again with Yeosang, it's about like trying to find new ways to collaborate, to work together, to have time for each other. It's like, well, but it seems like there's defensiveness and there's not quite knowing how to approach the situation. Yeah, again, the King of Pentacles is like feeling like you're not really in charge as much as you'd like to be. So it's like probably what he does is highly dependent on a lot of other variables, especially probably right now with the Sun. But he is happy, like he's being honest and open about you know, what he wants to do, or at least he's being open and doing what he wants to do, even if he doesn't really know how to like talk about it. You know, it may be that he's just kind of doing these things and he's not really good at communicating what he's doing. He's just probably not around as much, you know, like sometimes you don't feel like you owe everybody an explanation, even though he does feel bad. Again, he probably isn't talking about it because he's scared about how the conversation, like it may feel like an unnecessary conversation. You know, and like, again, so it's like wanting, you know, wanting to do more, wanting to find, like I said, more ways for them to work together and collaborate together and do things together. But he's still like I said, he can't push through that because he's not in charge of like everything that's going on right now. This really just to me feels like because they got so much on their plate at the moment, like he's like, I want to, but I don't really know how to yet, or I don't know when that will be, because like the king is like in charge of the resources. The king is the one that's like has everything they need, and I feel like he is not that settled yet, you know, like he's not in charge of any of the business that they're doing. You know, San is not in charge of it. So, you know, he has things he wants to do, but he has to wait on their schedules and everything else. But, you know, at the end of the day, like he feels good about his decisions, even though they're tough. they're tough decisions, you know, but this is him pursuing his happiness. So, and also his feelings toward Yeosang are positive, even if they're not necessarily open and being able to talk about the choices. Like, at the end of the day, like, there's still nothing but like good feelings toward Yeosang, right? So it's not you, it's me. It's like, I still want to be, you know, the same like team, you know, we're still in the same team. We're just, you know, I am evolving as a person and I want more, right? It's like, I want to be your friend and I want to do the group, but also I want more. So that's definitely what I'm getting for San. This went way deeper and way more personal than I usually do readings for, but this is the energies right now. I tried to be as respectful as possible. You know, I can tell early on in this reading I tried not to really out anybody, but I kind of had a feeling the cards were going to tell us anyway. If I kept drawing them, we were going to get all the tea. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, please, you know everything is alleged. It's for entertainment purposes only. You know, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Please check out my Ko-fi page where you can make requests if you'd like to see any other readings from me. You can feel free to purchase one and it'll be like the next reading that I record. I'm not taking free requests at the moment, not until I whittle down a little bit more of the current request list, which you can see what I have coming up in the description. I have a link to the request list that I'm currently working down. But if you visit the Ko-fi and you make a paid request, yours will go first. Yours will go before all of those. So thanks for sticking around. Subscribe. I have a playlist popping up here probably right now, any second, with a lot of more ATEEZ content. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you guys really soon. Okay, bye.